Good morning from Amsterdam. It's Sunday the 2nd of April and the Man with the Dog's diary comes from the heart of Amsterdam. I have found myself a quiet place, hopefully, that you can hear me, somewhere at the edge of the old town. Jane's been doing the museum stuff with my brother-in-law, and I have decided to just have a mooch around and find some time to do a diary. It's the first time I'm doing this outdoors, so hopefully, but at least it's a lot more interesting than watching me. And so here I am by the canal side. There's some young men just said cheese as they wandered by in their bicycles, of course. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hey.
So there goes the young Dutch lads on their bikes. Of course, bikes is king here. It is really a big deal. Let me go further up there and show you the canal side. I have been sitting in the footsteps of probably someone's house, but I think they'll forgive me for this. So we have been having quite an exciting weekend, bit of an adventure really. We left Oxfordshire in the early hours of Friday morning, which was about more than 48 hours ago, and we drove down to the Kent coast to Folkstone, and we put the car into the Eurostar train. That's the first time I've done that. I've used Eurostar many a times as a passenger, but not with a car. So it was quite exciting, and we came into France. We drove the car out in Calais and went through a bit of France, Belgium, into a small town in Southern Belgium, in Zeeland, where my wife Jane met her nanny after 50 years. So it was quite an occasion. Anyway, so that was quite emotional for her. It was an incredible thing. They recognized each other across all these years, the meeting after 5 decades. Well, as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day, and you can just sit by the canal and watch the world go by, which is precisely what I'm doing. So what can I tell you about the Dutch? Yes, I've done my fair share of Googling, and they are quite interesting, very liberal, of course. You've heard about the Dutch and their liberal nature. As you know, you can openly smoke cannabis in certain kinds of cafeteria here. It's perfectly legal, and also they're the first ones to legalize gay marriage, and yes, they are known to be a tidy, efficient, fairly non-controversial West Europeans, and yes, the Dutch men are the tallest in the world. Yes, indeed. Dutch men are about just over 6 feet average height. The women are not. The women are second, and I can't really recall who they are, who they come after. The Dutch, what else do I know about the Dutch? They first invented gin and gave it to the English. So that's precisely from where the word Dutch courage, the expression, comes from. What else? The Dutch national anthem is the oldest in the world, where the Dutch king asserts his heritage to the Germans and his allegiance to the Spanish crown. Well, there you go. So each one invaded someone else around those times, so it's all got a bit mixed up. That was Europe for you in the medieval times. What else? Dutch diet, according to an Oxfam report, is the healthiest. in terms of nutrition, availability and everything. They are a very sporty lot, and as you can see, I was walking through one of the main parks earlier and saw the amount of young and old people jogging and cycling. You can see the cyclists, how keen they are on their bikes, and they're also very, very environmentally clued up. Their rubbish disposal is quite aside. They take it religiously seriously, and so that's the Dutch for you. Can't really, yes, stoopwafel. You know, it's impossible to pronounce Dutch, so forgive me if I'm even remotely trying to. Yeah, stoopwafel, that's the best I can do, is a kind of a waffle in a syrup. That is one of the treats, and of which I'm taking quite a few packages home to my colleagues. And well, I will try a different location and carry on with the diary. Hi there again, and it's me from another spot, a bit of green area beside yet another canal side, not far from the museum districts. The Van Gogh Museum is just there, and yes, one more thing I wanted to share about the Dutch is we tend to call Dutch the Netherlands Holland. Apparently that's not technically quite true, because South Holland and North Holland are only the two provinces of numerous others like Zeeland, etc. So it's when people from the South and the North Holland regions travelled abroad, they were asked where do they come from. So they always told them others that they came from Holland, but obviously there are other regions, even though the South and the North Holland hosts the maximum number of big cities, and they are the most populous and well known. So it's technically not quite right to refer to the country as Holland, and we should call it the Netherlands. So let's call it Netherlands, okay? Well, you know, when I travel for the feeling I'm getting now. It's about a sense of wonder, really. Where am I, and who are these people? And I had always, you know, yearned for this feeling. And it's a buzz. It is a buzz. And, you know, I will finish this diary from this beautiful little park in Amsterdam with a piece of poem for you, and it's by an American poet called Mark Strand, and it's called Keeping Things Whole. When I read it a few months ago, it struck a chord with me. So as we watch people move, and as I travel with you guys as my witness, let me read that out to you. So, Keeping Things Whole by Mark Strand. In a field, I am the absence of field. This is always the case. Wherever I am what is missing. When I walk, I part the air, and always the air moves in to fill the spaces where my body's been. we all have reasons for moving, and I move to keep things whole. So it's goodbye from the man with the dog, from a very beautiful and a very sunny spring morning in Amsterdam. Take care, and I'll speak to you shortly.